We are at a very important crossroads, not only because of recent global events like COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war, which have exposed significant weaknesses in global supply chains, but also due to shifting geopolitical alignments in a weakened global system with implications for globalization and trade due to increased focus on pursuing national interests and security. This is ever more present in food supply chains with implications for food security. SIDS, including the OECS, are particularly vulnerable. The OECS food and agriculture situation is characterized by high levels of food imports as a proportion of national agricultural food production and consumption. The OECS protocol member states, not including Montserrat, all import greater than 50% of the food that we utilize, with 4 out of the 6 countries importing greater than 80%. According to the FAO, food and nutrition security is one of many developmental challenges facing Caribbean SIDS, with as much as 67.5% of the region's population living in moderate to severe food insecurity, compared to a global average of only 27.6%. This is related mainly to the cost of accessing food, as well as the quality of food access. Heads of government of CARICOM have committed to reducing the region's large food import bill by 25% by 2025. It is the expectation that the implementation of the CARICOM agri-food systems strategy in the member states will be the proposed path to help achieve this target. To date, 2 agriculture investment expositions have been convened in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago. Likewise, movement on key areas such as transportation involving Guyana, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago, the construction of a food hub in Barbados, and the launch of the Regional Shade House initiative have begun. Colleagues, the OECS Food and Agriculture Systems Transformation FAST strategy was developed in response to the wider CARICOM 25 by 25 initiative, and to consider the particular or nuanced circumstances of our sub-region. More specifically, the OECS FAST strategy will guide our response in the OECS to increase food insecurity, given our unique context and vulnerabilities. The 6th Council of Ministers with responsibility for agriculture was convened in Dominica on the 14th of October 2022. And one of the mandates issued by ministers was for the Commission to embark on a prioritization process regarding the FAST strategy. Yesterday, a technical meeting was convened under the able chairmanship of PS Reginald Severin of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue Economy of Dominica to complete the prioritization process that commenced earlier this year, and it was facilitated by the Economic Development Unit in the Commission. We have had very few fruitful discussions across all aspects of the FAST strategy, but also important cross-cutting issues like data, youth, and innovation in the agricultural sector. There were active deliberations, and I believe we have arrived at a set of priority actions for regional level action which deliver greater value through us acting as a group rather than alone. There are things which are better done nationally, but yesterday we aimed to draw out those things which provided added value through regional action. I'm really looking forward to the discussion today of these priorities so that we come up with a list to which we can all commit for implementation. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, IICA, for their generous support with regards to funding the development of the FAST strategy, as well as yesterday's technical consultation and prioritization meeting. Furthermore, let me take the opportunity to thank our host, Grenada, and in particular, Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Fisheries, and Cooperatives. Today, we meet to deliberate on key initiatives and matters which impact the continued drive of the Commission and the Member States to address food insecurity and, by extension, foster sustainable economic development in the region. Honorable Ministers, there is a fierce urgency of now surrounding this challenge, and it is not accidental that our strategy has the acronym FAST. Food is the most elemental of human necessities, and in times of uncertainty and catastrophe, it is the most fundamental provision that must be guaranteed. Moving fast to implement fast requires that we work closely together, each identifying the national imperatives that must be addressed, but in the context of a regional framework that enables us to pool our strengths while overcoming our weaknesses. Our technical meeting yesterday was an exciting discourse on the complexity of this challenge, while emphasizing the doability of the ambition. One of the biggest takeaways from our technical meeting yesterday for me was the recognition that the FAST strategy cannot be implemented by working in silos. The biggest retardant to progress would be to tackle this in silos within the ministries of agriculture, or silos within government, or silos within the country, because everyone in the food production, distribution, and consumption chain has a role and a responsibility to make this happen. Equally, within the OECS Commission, we have a fundamental responsibility to also remove silos at all levels. We must work to remove the silos that exist within the division within which the FAST resides. The agriculture unit cannot execute this without recourse to what our colleagues are doing in trade or in tourism or the interface with CARICOM. We must work to remove the silos that exist between the divisions so that the interconnection between FAST and food security in schools, in communities, the teaching of agriculture in the education system, and the systematic training of farmers, the initiatives for greater youth engagement in agriculture, the infusion of technology and innovation in the sector, and regional/national health and nutrition imperatives are all securely established. We have key strategic partners in AICA and FAO who have walked hand in hand with us every step of the road to date. We are confident in that partnership, and we want to maintain that coalition as the core alliance with others coming on board that will realize the ambition of our agricultural transformation strategy. Honorable Ministers, Permanent Secretaries, invited institutions, and other attendees, let me encourage proactive probing deliberations that will lead to irrevocable commitments to do the things that are necessary today if we are to secure tomorrow. Thank you.